Hi, everybody. I'm Tom Acklin. I can be reached at thomasacklin@yahoo.com, ThomasAcklin, thomasacklin@yahoo.com. And one of my company's websites, I've been working with a technology that is a stem cell activator. One of my websites is lifewave.com/Dr. Tom Acklin. I like to call myself a recovering neurologist. I haven't written a prescription in 15 years. Practiced as an MS specialist at Georgetown in Washington, D.C., and ended up owning All Is Well Centers for Mind and Body Integration, 3 yoga studios in the D.C. Metro years back, which got me involved with functionality, let's put it that way. And as a functional neurologist and functional medicine practitioner, and I work in food as medicine, and a lot of the immune survey competence that I saw in putting together microbiome integrity, putting the bugs back together the way we were meant to be in interplay with the environment. We are supposed to breathe real air. We are supposed to touch real animals. We're supposed to touch each other. And we're not meant to be sterilized and isolated. And so a lot of my world is putting people back in contact with what I call sacred food. It's not just what we chew and swallow. It's what we breathe and what we think and what we consume as far as ideologies and other people's ethic. And my favorite phrase is humanity as organism thrives. It started by looking at cellular function. And so as a scientist, and I cure autoimmune disease, I cure all metabolic disease, and understanding that the immune survey was much the same as the oncogenic survey years back, I started working very closely with cancer patients. We put together a project called Conversations with Cancer. And that also, the metaphysic of that idea is be with the turmoil or be with the challenge. And much of what we're seeing today as we evolve as a species is being properly engaged. And I like to say all the time, when the body can speak, inflammation is a proper outrage. We don't want to turn that off, and we don't want to turn off voices. Just like we don't want to turn off the physiology of the body with a pharmaceutical, we don't want to turn off the message and the philosophies of people. And that's my grand sweeping vision for the future. And I don't yet know what it looks like. I work very closely in the recovery communities as well and help people step into a place of personal growth and transformation where they can continually look in the mirror. And there is a 12-step program of some sort on the way, and it's probably medical sovereignty. It's probably personal decision-making, and it might be food sovereignty. It's easy to look at the food supply, the food chain, and the food pipelines and say, somewhere along the line, we've bastardized our deliverables, right? And so we're not consuming Mother Nature anymore. We've been poisoned, plasticized, toxified. And a lot of those decisions were made without us. And a lot of that information is still very hard to get to unless you are in the know of the right pipeline. And so there is a freedom. There's a Declaration of Independence of some sort coming globally. And it's got to do with you, Mr. President, and I just use that, loosely, but you, Mr. President, or somebody who's called expert, don't make my decisions. I make my decisions. And so there's a 12-step program on the way of some sort that is food sovereignty and recovery of personal decision-making, personal choice, and it happens in community. So I'm really honored to be here today, Connie, and I so appreciate your work and the communities that you've put together. And it's always an honor to step into these arena and be able to speak off the cuff about something important that we don't yet know, right? But it's so important that we each have a voice, and we in community watch the evolution of those of those ideas. And then all of a sudden the light goes on one day and boom, wow, I didn't know I was thinking that, right? And then that's personal enlightenment. So that's the surprise ending. Thanks so much.